Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Syat Krishna Nam Charitat Sita Pavedya Pitto Patabhrasnasya Narochikanu Kintu Adaradhanadinam Khalu Seva Jushta Sadvikamadhavati Tadgadamulahanti. To the side. Prabhuji's. Mataji saying. The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of Vidya cannot taste anything sweet, it's wonderful that simply by carefully chanting the sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue, and a disease is gradually destroyed at the root. Om Gyanti Marandase Gyanam Jana Chalakaya Chashu Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishram Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Badanti Saya Badantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shuta Padagamlam Shri Guru Vaishnavanta Shri Rupam Sarajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Tadivam Savadetam Savadutam Padidanathaitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Cha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prithaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasha Deshatadine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Badayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauritate Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hadipire Vancha kalpa tarubhyacha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. And welcome all the devotees for the Saturday morning program. So seek blessings of all senior devotees here, like Kripa Megarang Prabhu and other devotees. So this is verse from NOI, text 7. So Srila Prabhupada has given a translation. Sri Rupa Goswami says that the name of Krishna is like a sugar candy. But for a person jaundiced with avidya, that candy looks to be bitter, just as a jaundiced patient feels sugarcane juice to be bitter. Anyone drink sugarcane juice in jaundice? So that looks quite bitter. If somebody gets a jaundice, if somebody gets a Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah. So somebody gets a jaundice, the sugarcane juice also looks bitter. The same sugarcane juice is very nice to drink, right? And sugar candy or sweet looks so nice. But the same sweet appears to be bitter. Pittop tasya rasnasya narochiku. No. In the same way, kintu adarad anudinam khalu seva jushta sadvi kramad bhavati tadgata mula hantri. So, kintu adarat, if we chant the holy name with adar, with careful attention, anudinam means every day, khalu seva jushtaha sadhavi, one will get a taste for chanting the holy name, kramad bhavatihi, and gada mula hantri. The disease, a natural relish awakened within his tongue, and the disease is gradually destroyed at the root. So what is the reason that we do not feel the taste for the holy name? So Srila Prabhupada writes, what is the disease one has? When a man in the material world takes more interest in the materialistic way of life than in Krishna consciousness, he is considered to be in a diseased condition. Is board is seen from here? You can see the TV screen here. So he is considered, so when one thinks material world to be more, his absorption of the material world is more than Krishna consciousness, that is the disease. Because the normal condition of jiva is jivera saruphoy krishnera nityadas. And that's why Krishna said, Ma manusmara idyacha. Whatever you're doing, do it in a consciousness, I am a servant of Krishna. So what is the cure for the disease, Srila Prabhupada writes? Okay, the Krishna consciousness may not be very palatable, chanting may not be very palatable. We must take to it with great care and attention. And a treatment by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. The treatment for this disease of avidya is Hare Krishna mantra. By chanting this holy Lord, a person in the mental condition will relieve from all misconception. Avidya, a misconception about one's spirituality, provides a foundation of ahankara, of false ego within the heart. So the whole medicine is the holy name. And the disease is avidya, which is rooted as ahankara. There. And due to that ahankara, just like due to jaundice, we are not able to taste the sugar candy. So due to ahankara, we are not able to taste the sweetness of the holy name. But even without taste, if we keep chanting the holy name, it will destroy that ahankara. It will destroy that avidya. It's called abhinivesha, the material absorption. See, for a person to get liberated from material life and go back home, back to Godhead, the subtle body which consists of ahankara, man, buddhi and ahankara, it has to dissolve. And that time person is liberated, his spiritual body evolves and he goes on back to Godhead. And when we are chanting whole life, what is happening is the mantra goes to our subtle body, to our mind, it penetrates the ahankara and it enters our heart. So it penetrates the subtle body. It penetrates the subtle body and enters the heart of the person, and then the spiritual body develops, and then a person goes to Golok Vrindavan or Vaikuntha. So that's how the holy name has to penetrate, purify that subtle layer, whatever we are hearing or chanting the holy name, Lord Shravan Kirtan has to enter the subtle body, penetrate through the subtle body and dissolve the subtle body, then a person will go back to Godhead there. But because there's a thick layer of ahankara, that penetration process stops over there. And due to that ahankara, the subtle body remains. But as one keep on chanting attentively with care, the holy name will purify that layer of subtle body. Purify the subtle body, convert the material body into a spiritual body. The spiritual subtle mind is there, the spiritual elements are there, but the material element is covering. So the holy name will purify that material covering and awaken the spiritual body of the jiva. There. Because this holy name is coming from Golok Vrindavan. So, while this should happen, so last time we had discussed about from Ashraddha Namabhas to Namaprad to Shraddha Namabhas. That how initially when we come in a spiritual life, we feel a great taste. And it is by mistake we chant Namabhas. It's called Ashraddha Namabhas there. But eventually, as the time passes, we start doing Namaprad, due to which the taste goes away. Due to the Namapradas, the taste in chanting the holy name, it disappears. Because of Namaprad. The prad towards the name, the apradas cover the potency. Means the holy name is pure. But because of the apradas, we don't feel the taste. And one of the most important things what happens in the life of a sadhaka is pramad. Pramad actually means inattention. There. See, Prabhupada writes in one of the Prabhupada's 6th canto that the greatest austerity is concentration of mind. The greatest austerity is concentration of mind. सबसे बड़ी तपस्या है मन को हम किसी एक पॉइंट पे फोकस करना. सबसे बड़ी तपस्या है. उससे बड़ी तपस्या कोई नहीं है. इसे जब करने बैठते हैं, अच्छे से जप करना एक सबसे बड़ी तपस्या है. अच्छे से जप करना. मन चंचल होकर जप करना हम रोजाना ही करते हैं. लेकिन मन को एकाग्र करके भगवान के नाम पर ध्यान करना, ये सबसे बड़ी तपस्या है. तपो दिव्यम पुत्रेण सत्वम शुद्धे दस्माद ब्रह्म साक्षित्वनंतम. तो यही तप है जब हम भगवान के नाम को सुनते हैं करके. तो प्रमाद, being attentive while chanting the holy name. So here this person is doing so many things while having a bead bag and chanting. So one may carefully avoid all other namapradas. First 10 namapradas, we recite every day morning to blaspheme the devotees. See, that also very subtle. Like we discussed last time how Ajamila as a Brahmana was chanting in namaprad. But sinful Ajamila was chanting Ashraddha Namabhas. So because as a Brahmana, he thought the chanting of the holy name is secondary to Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda जो है भगवान के नाम से बेटर है करके, तो इसलिए वहाँ पे अपराध था. लेकिन अब जब वो सिंफुल बन गया तो वो उसके साथ में उसका अपराध भी चला गया, तो वो अश्रद्धा नामाभास किया. तो दो वी रिसाइट द 10 ऑफेंसेस, बट हम कैसे उन 10 अपराधों को करते हैं हमको खुद नहीं समझ में आता है. और अगर 10 अपराध बता भी लिए, लेकिन जब में अगर हमको टेस्ट चाहिए तो वन में केयरफुली अवॉइड ऑल अदर अपराधास, येट स्टिल नॉट एक्सपीरियंस द एक्सेसिव ऑफ द प्योर नेम. अगर हमें भगवान के नाम जप करने में रुचि नहीं आ रही है, इसका एकमात्र कारण है इनअटेंशन करके. और ये हो जाता है फास्ट मूविंग लाइफ में. जब आप नाम जप करते हैं तो नाम पे ज़्यादा कम ध्यान होता है, अपनी लाइफ स्टाइल पे ज़्यादा ध्यान जाता है, अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स पे, घर के काम पे, रिलेशनशिप्स पे, इसने मुझे क्या बोला, अपनी सर्विसेज पे भी. सर्विसेज ऑल्सो बिकम अ डिस्ट्रैक्शन कि अभी सेवा में क्या करना है, क्योंकि अहंकार तो वही है. उसी अहंकार से आप घर का कार्य कर रहे हो, उसी अहंकार से सेवा कर रहे हो, उसी अहंकार से रिलेशनशिप्स बन रहा है. क्योंकि वो अहंकार एजिटेटेड है तो सब कुछ एजिटेटेड है, इससे जब में फोकस करना मुश्किल होता है. तो उसको बोलते हैं प्रमाद. तो दिस इज इंडिकेशन ऑफ द टाइप ऑफ नाम अपराध नोन एज प्रमादा, विच प्रिवेंट द चैंटर फ्रॉम रीचिंग द स्टेज ऑफ निष्ठा और फर्म फेथ. हम अनंत निवृत्ति स्ट्रगल करते रहते हैं. अनंत निवृत्ति की भी 6 स्टेजेस होती हैं, विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर के द्वारा बताया गया है. तो पहली स्टेज होती है घना तरल. तो पहली होती है उत्साहमयी, कि जब व्यक्ति, द पर्सन व्हेन ही कम्स टू डिवोशन सर्विस इज वेरी एंथुसियास्टिक, कि अभी पूरी दुनिया को हम डिवोटी बना देंगे, 1 year ओनली विल बिकम ए प्योर डिवोटी. तो ऐसा जोश होता है शुरू में, वो उत्साह होती है उत्साहमयी. फिर थोड़ा भक्तों के संग से बाहर जाता है तो सारी भक्ति क्या हो जाती है, ढीली हो जाती है. दैट स्टेज इज कॉल्ड घना तरल. उसको समझ में आता है अभी मैं कौन हूँ, तो वो एकदम कॉन्फिडेंस खो देता है. फिर उसके बाद वो आगे बढ़ता है तो स्टेज आती है विड़ विकल्पा. हमेशा वो कंफ्यूजन में रहता है कि मैं भक्ति को सीरियसली लूँ या भक्ति को धीरे ढाला लूँ, पहले कैरियर को करूँ बाद में भक्ति को लूँ, या पहले कैरियर को लूँ या भक्ति को करूँ. उसके बीच में उसका मैटेरियल लाइफ स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ के बीच में डामाडोल होता रहता है कि मैं क्या करूँ, और हमेशा कंफ्यूज रहता है. वो स्टेज है विड़ विकल्प की. चलो उसके आगे भी बढ़ता है, चलो भक्ति सीरियसली लेनी है. फिर विषय संगरा, उसको सेंसेस कंट्रोल करने में बहुत डिफ़िकल्टी होती है. ये अनंत निवृत्ति की 4थी स्टेज है. फिर उसके चलो जो उसकी इंद्रियां हैं वो कंट्रोल भी हो गई है, विषय संग्रह भी पार हो गई है. फिर नियम क्षमा, वो वाव लेता है, सोचेंगे आज निर्जल एकादशी है, हम 64 राउंड्स करेंगे, हम जो है वो करेंगे, लेकिन हो नहीं पाता है. उसका मन बहुत वीक होता है. प्रॉपर अपीयरेंस डे के लिए वाव लेता है कि रोजाना 1 घंटा प्रॉपर बुक पढ़ेंगे, लेकिन वो नहीं होता है क्योंकि नियम क्षमा है. फिर ये सब पार करने के बाद भी वो बहुत अच्छा भक्त बन जाता है. फिर सब उसकी तारीफ करने लगते हैं कि प्रभु जी तो बहुत अच्छे हैं. फिर उस तारीफ को बहुत ज़्यादा सीरियसली ले लेता है, और जब भक्ति की जो भी पोजीशंस आती हैं उसको बहुत सीरियसली ले लेता है. फिर वापस बैक टू स्क्वायर वन आ जाता है. तो ये 6 स्टेजेस अनंत निवृत्ति की व्यक्ति पार करके निष्ठा में आता है. लेकिन जब तक ये प्रमाद बना रहता है हम ये 6 स्टेजेस में अटके रहते हैं. और देखना आपके जब इन 6 स्टेजेस में कहीं ना कहीं फंसा रहेगा, या तो कभी हम सोच रहे हैं कि अरे हमारे सेंसेस कंट्रोल नहीं हो रहे, कंफ्यूजन में फंसे हुए हैं जब करते समय करके हुए, और तरंग रंगीने में वही सब चीज़ें चलती रहती हैं, लोगों ने मुझे क्या बोला. तो इसलिए जब अटेंटिव नहीं हो पाता, जब अटेंटिव नहीं होता है, और ये 6 स्टेजेस अनंत निवृत्ति की दिमाग में चलती रहती हैं. अब प्रमाद का मतलब हो, प्रमाद का जनरली प्रमाद मीन्स मैडनेस, but inattention and carelessness are also synonyms of this word. Inattentive chanting sows the weeds of anarthas which soon develop in the heart. You see, weeds are coming. तो इन चैतन्य चरितामृता में चैतन्य महाप्रभु रूप गोस्वामी को बताते हैं कि हमारी भक्ति करना जो है is considered to be watering the bhakti lata beach. Now, when you are watering the Bhakti Lata beach, what happens? There are weeds. They also grow up. So now we have weeds means other desires also. Kama, Kamini, Kanchan. So those desires are also in the heart. So when we are chanting attentively, the Bhakti Lata beej is watered. And when we are chanting inattentively, the weeds are watered. And that's why some desires become very strong. And you say, अरे मैं तो भक्त हूँ फिर भी डिज़ायर जा नहीं रही है और स्ट्रांग बन रही है. क्योंकि जब करते समय हम पानी जो है भगवान की भक्ति पे नहीं डाल रहे, अपनी भौतिक इच्छाओं पे डाल रहे हैं. तो इनअटेंटिव चैंटिंग से एक कारण ये भी हो जाता है, हमारे अनर्था बड़े हो जाएंगे कटने के बजाय करके. There. So it soon develops. It sows the seeds of anarthas, which soon develop in the heart. There. मतलब वो अनर्थ हैं, लेकिन क्या हो रहा है, वो अनर्थ जा नहीं रहे क्योंकि हमारी चैंटिंग अटेंटिवली हम अनर्थों के बारे में ही सोच रहे हैं. जनरली अपने अहंकार को, अपनी इंद्रियों को कैसे हम संतुष्ट करें, वही हम जप में सोचते रहते हैं. वी आर जस्ट थिंकिंग ऑफ सेटिस्फाइंग अवर सेंसेस. Now, how the process of purification happens? See, there is a pure soul, then there is a layer of chitta, subconscious mind, and there is a conscious mind. Now, when we are doing Nam Aprad, inattentive chanting, our holy name goes to the conscious mind and comes back. It's not able to purify the subconscious mind. So, actual purification begins when we start chanting attentively. And that time, a lot of dirt will also come out. When you are chanting attentively, a lot of dirt will also come out. And think, hey, am I that person? Our ego will get hurt. And ego will try to catch back the anarthas back. See, Krishna is trying to remove the anarthas, but our ego is battling with the anarthas. कि इसने मुझको insult कर दिया. See, Krishna sent somebody to insult us so that our ego is purified. So that our anartha is purified. But due to false ego, we said, how did he insult me? करके हम फाइटिंग करते रहते हैं और फिर वो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड प्यूरिफाइड नहीं होता है करके. इससे ईगो को छोड़ना बहुत है, तभी वो सबकॉन्शियस माइंड प्यूरिफाई होता है करके. तो जब ये सबकॉन्शियस माइंड हमारा प्यूरिफाई होने लगता है, तब क्वालिटीज ऑफ द सोल विल अपीयर. प्योर क्वालिटीज ऑफ द soul will appear when this happens. But if we are not chanting attentively, we are chanting just inattentively. कैसे तो 16 माला कंप्लीट कर दो. हमारा गोल क्या होता है, बस 16 माला कंप्लीट हो जाए. That's it. हमारे 16 rounds are completed. We have achieved some milestone. फिर बाकी सब काम करेंगे क्योंकि अभी प्रॉमिस है 16 माला करना ही है. And our whole energy goes in completing those 16 rounds. And that becomes a problem. So we don't, due to complete chanting 16 hours or more, focus से जल्दी से इसको निपटा दो. And we not reach the layer and then we see जो हम पहले थे वैसे के वैसे अभी हैं. कुछ ज़्यादा बदलाव नहीं हुआ है क्योंकि सबकॉन्शियस माइंड क्लीनिंग चालू नहीं हुआ. वहीं पे हमारा स्वभाव बदलता है, वहीं पे हमारी टेंडेंसीज बढ़ती हैं. द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ रजोगुण तमोगुण हो जाता है. ओके, इस फोटो से आपको क्या समझ में आता है? वो हाथी किससे बंधा है? रस्सी से. आप में से कितने लोग बोलते हैं कि हाथी आराम से रस्सी को तोड़ सकता है, राइट? फिर भी क्यों बंधा है? फिर भी हाथी रस्सी से क्यों बंधा है? हाँ माता जी. मतलब माता जी बोल रही हैं कि अगर हाथी को बचपन से जो है बांध के रखा तो ऐसा लगता है, अब उसको लगता है मैं तोड़ ही नहीं सकता हूँ. तो बचपन में जो हाथी छोटा होता है उसको जंजीर से बांध देते हैं और जब निकलने की कोशिश करता है तो खून निकलने लगता है उसके. Then he said, I should never try. Now even you wind with a rope, he is bound. Same is our condition. So initially we try to chant attentively, chant nicely, and we fail. And we think whole life I have to chant like this. Some conditionings we try to overcome, but we failed. Then we think, oh, whole life I have to be like this, a product of my conditionings. And that's why we get bound. That's why we get bound with the subconscious mind. So our conditionings binds us like this, and one of the conditioning is Pramada. Ki I cannot focus on the holy name, and mind takes over. So 3 types of pramad. So pramad are of 3 types. First is audasinya. Audasinya means indifference. Audasina. Apathetic devotional service. Meaning a lack of fixed resolve in sadhana or no taste. Just indifference. For example, if you are eating a nice feast, and you ate a nice feast in the temple, and you go to the home, there's a dry chapati and dal. What you will feel to it? Indifference. Isn't it there? But if a feast comes, now today is Nirdala Ekadashi. So tomorrow when the prasadam comes, will we remain indifferent? You're just waiting for it. So when we remain indifferent, it's called adasinya. Jadya, laziness or even inertia. Vikshepa, which means distraction or misplacing one's attention in engagements other than sadhana bhakti. So vikshepa means distraction or misplacing one's attention engagement other than sadhana bhakti. So in audasinya and vikshepa, they look similar. But audasinya means you don't like to chant only. Just somehow you are completing the rounds. No taste for the holy name. Indifference to the holy name. In vikshepa, you're trying to focus, but while focusing, mind goes to so many other things. That is vikshepa. There may be some taste also for the holy name, but mind remains distracted. ये करना है, वो करना है. The first one we'll see adasinya. Most people, now what is the reason of adasinya is most people are naturally very attached to material things. Their memories always absorb in matter. They may indeed chant the holy name of the Lord, but their minds may be far away from chanting. तो मुंह में तो चल रहा है भगवान का नाम, पर मन में क्या चल रहा है? हमारा काम. Right? मुंह में नाम, मन में काम. काम means anything. Our desires, our work, our services, or whatever you want to, our resentments, मन में वो पूरा चलता रहता है. एंड वो आप टीवी स्क्रीन, अगर एक हम टीवी स्क्रीन लगा के देख सके कि भक्त जब कर रहा है उसके मन में क्या चल रहा है, तो पूरी मूवी बन जाएगी. 2 घंटे की मूवी पूरी बन जाएगी. और ये पूरा चलता रहता है. मतलब ऊपर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण, इधर जप चल रहा है, पर इधर मन में क्या चल रहा है? एक टीवी चल रहा है. उस टीवी स्क्रीन में हम देखते रहते हैं. I forgot to tell devotees to bring bead bag. I hope devotees have brought bead bag? Yes. Because anyway, you're going to chant 64 rounds after this, no? So, there. So, मन का ये जो टीवी है, ये स्टॉप नहीं होता है. ये है आधा सिन्या. कि जब ने देखिए, कई बार आपने देखा होगा, अगर किसी क्लास में जो कंसेप्ट पहले सुना है, अगर वो बताते हैं, माइंड क्या होता है? स्विच ऑफ हो जाता है. हमने एक्सपीरियंस है. अरे तो सुना है, चाहे वो और अच्छा बता रहे हो, उसमें बता रहे हो, लेकिन माइंड क्या हो जाता है? पूरा स्विच ऑफ. कोई नई स्टोरी बता दी तो क्लास बहुत अच्छी थी, करके, लेकिन पुरानी। अब देखो होली नेम तो वही है, वो तो चेंज नहीं होने वाला है, एक ही मंत्र है। अगर वैदिक में क्या होता है, इतने सारे मंत्र होते थे तो आपको बहुत अवेयर रहना पड़ता था, वरना गलती हो जाती थी। अब हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र एक ही मंत्र है, तो क्या होगा, माइंड स्विच ऑफ होने वाला है। तो माइंड का चैनल्स, होली नेम जो हम चैंट कर रहे हैं उस पर स्विच ऑफ हो जाता है, और उसका चैनल कहाँ खुल जाता है, और बहुत सारी चीज़ों में चैनल खुल जाता है। और वो टीवी में देखेंगे, उस टीवी में हरि नाम नहीं दिखेगा, बहुत कुछ और दिखेगा। और यही हमारी एक्चुअल प्रॉब्लम है, देखा जाए। वाई वी आर नॉट ग्रोइंग इन कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस, दिस इज द रियल प्रॉब्लम, दैट instead, and due to which we are not feeling a taste. Even after spending so much time, we are feeling we are not getting realization, we are not advancing in a spiritual life, and you know what is happening? And we get irritated very easily. Our mind gets very difficult with it there. So even if the daily chant 1 lakh holy name of the Japa mala, 1 lakh means 64 rounds daily, not a drop or taste for the Lord's name will be produced in their heart. There. So what will happen? So even they chant 1 lakh holy name Japamala daily, not a drop of taste for the Lord's name will be produced in their hearts. There. So what is important is chanting the name of the Lord. Quality is also important. Of course, on today's day, like Nirjala Ekashi, we're planning to chant 64 rounds. So when you chant at a stretch more rounds, then other days you can chant more attentively. ये 64 कर लिया, आप 16 तो कर ही सकते हैं. There. So therefore, Ekadashi is one should chant more round, and that is the purpose of doing fasting on Ekadashi days. Now, Srila Prabhupada writes in NOI, a devotee, one should very much respect a devotee who understands the holy name not different from Krishna. Now as Vaishnavas, all of us believe that holy name is not different from Krishna. Does anybody has a doubt that holy name is not different from Krishna? There. But our mind doesn't believe it. We have no realization of it. Because just think, if now our Gaurangi Bangalore Ishwar is there, right? Radhakrishna is there. And they actually come and manifest over here. How many of you feel will be inattentive? Will be inattentive? No, will be attentive. But there is no difference between meditating on the internal forms of Radha Krishna and chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna. So Haridas Thakur says, Harinam Chintamani, when in spiritual world, Nam, Rupa, Guna, Leela, all these four are together. There is no difference between Nama, Rupa, Gun and Leela. All these things are together in the Jiva. Like you say Krishna, Krishna is there and his quality is also like Krishna. But in material world, when the Jiva comes, his Nam, Rup, Gun, Leela all differentiate. Somebody's name may be Sundar, but he may not be Sundar. Somebody's name may be Madhu, but he may not be sweet. He may speak very karkashly. Right? So, the name and the person may be different in this world. But in spiritual reality, the name, the form, the quality and the pastime is zipped in one file. So when you chant the name of Krishna, in that the potency to reveal Krishna's name is, Rupa is there. If one keeps chanting the holy name, Krishna's form will be revealed to him. And as he further keep on chanting the holy name, Krishna's qualities will be revealed to him. As he further keep on chanting the holy name, Krishna's pastime will be revealed through the name. So Krishna's roop is not different from Krishna. Like deities. Deity only has the roop, right? But we call, like even you see a photo of Krishna, it may not be installed deity. But since the roop of Krishna is not different, that form is also not different from Krishna. there. The same way with the name. The name, when we are chanting the name, we are with Radha and Krishna. So because we have called for Radha and Krishna, but our mind is not in them, that becomes an offense. Neglect. That becomes a neglect. Somebody calls you, and then he starts speaking blah blah blah, or doesn't speak to you. Then you stop receiving the call or not? But you give wrong call. Block the number. So when we are attentively chanting the holy name, the mercy of the holy name is flowing. But when we are calling the name and thinking of something else, then that mercy blocks away. See, though in case of Ajamila, he called for his son Narayana, but Lord thought, or he is calling me. So even person chants Nama Prant, eventually it will lead to Nama Bhas, but that will take a long time. But if we chant attentively, the attaining Krishna Prema will become much easier. So the process of Krishna consciousness is to chant Hare Krishna and to hear the sound attentively, so that the mind is fixed upon the transcendental vibration of Krishna's name, which is non-different from Krishna, the personality. So Prabhupada says, just here. One devotee came, Prabhupada, I am not able to chant, I am not able to concentrate. Prabhupada said, where is the difficulty? And he was saying, my mind is so much troubling. Prabhupada said, where is the difficulty? Just chant and hear. If you chant and hear, there is no difficulty. So that is something very, very important there. That we hear the mantra. So you chant Hare Krishna and hear also Hare Krishna. This is the process. Not that you are chanting Hare Krishna mechanically, but you are hearing something else. That is inattention, that is offense. So you are chanting Hare Krishna, but you are hearing something else. That is inattention, that is offense. So when you are chanting and some thoughts have come, it is an offense to the holy name. It will take some time. It will take some time. If you chant offensively, then it will take some time. Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita lecture. So in Kali Santana Upanishad, where this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is mentioned, in that Upanishad, Brahmaji says to Narada, if somebody chants some 50, what's the figure? 3.5 billion. 3.5 billion or crore? 3.5 crore names, then he will be liberated. So if you chant 16 rounds, then it takes 50 years to chant that much name. So it takes time. Then in attention while chanting the holy name, you should chant this Hare Krishna and you should hear also. If your mind is acting, the mind is somewhere else, and you are chanting, oh, that's an offense. So Prabhupada is saying, oh, that's an offense. So every day we are committing so many offenses against the holy name. Durdev Mudasham Nihani Janaraga. So one meaning of this, I don't have taste for chanting the holy name. One meaning, in Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhupada writes, I am committing so much offenses against the holy name. Durdev Midasham Nihajani Nanuraga. So you should hear, this is called Samadhi. If you chant and hear, then your mind is interlocked by hearing and chanting. This is Samadhi. So you chant and hear. There is a question of mind. But it's not so simple. Samadhi means trance. Trance means completely absorbed. So by hearing and chanting, acting both ways, you will be in trance, and that trance will keep you in the trance state. That's called Samadhi. Like Sankarsana Adhikari Maharaj. He very focuses on chanting the holy name there. And the way he's saying, the way he chants. So if we become inattentive, that is offense. So Prabhupada. So now, how to overcome Udasina? So we all know there. So one thing we should do, one exercise, if you want to know, sometimes we feel, okay, we are not doing bad japa. We are also doing good normal japa. How many times we feel like that? Our japa is not that bad. Our japa is good only. I also used to feel like that. Then one day I recorded my japa. And then all the analysis came of what am I doing. Now two problems may happen. We may not be chanting the, first of all, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We will be chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, 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 Hare Hare. And there are many versions of the mantras which say. Or sometimes we chant Hare Krishna, 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 Ram, Ram. So many mantras come from our mouth. So how many Hare Krishna Mahamantra came out is there. Another thing, we may not be chanting 108 mantras also. We may be squeaking. The beats, we are moving, right? So sometimes we move the beat too fast and we will not be chanting 108 mantras. So how many of you have a smartphone with you now? Everybody has, right? So we'll try to record the japa now. Of course, ideally recording japa should be done in a day of 3. 3 days continuously you record the japa, and 3rd day japa you should hear. First day mind recording हो रहा है, will be very attentive. Second day will think अरे अभी हो रहा है थोड़ा और हो रहा है. 3rd day ठीक है अभी जो हो रहा है होने दो. Then the actual shape of japa will come, and you hear the 3rd day japa. And then you analyze it with the table. There is a table also. I don't know, I gave the task to brahmacharis. I don't know how many had done it. You know the name of that file? Tracking, mind mantra tracking. So in that file, I made a in that file I made the whole 108 mantras and 32, 16 words. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And the exercise is you have to count it. Whether you chant it. Take your one round and see how many mantras come and how many proper mantras come. How many proper words come. And when we do this analysis, we ourselves will understand. See, because when there is an inattention, you're not hearing, then naturally what you're speaking, you don't know. Only we know that we are chanting the proper mantra, only we are hearing the mantra. If we are not hearing the mantra, then how do we know what mantra we are chanting? And sometimes when you chant with devotee, other devotees will tell you also. How many experience that other devotee will tell you, Prabhu, you're chanting something else. Yes, it happened with me also. One devotee also gave me feedback. And that very much helped me to chant nicely. There. That how chanting. So, maybe one exercise we can do it. Let us chant one round and record this japa. Afterwards we'll forget it. Right? And we'll chant the japa normally the way you chant. No special technique. And just put a recorder and chant the japa. So there are a few exercises. This is one of the first exercise. Maybe little distance we may maintain so that recorder records your japa. Of course, if you keep in the pocket, generally recorder records your japa only. With it there. Or if you have something. So you can put a recorder and just chant one round and record the japa. Oh, but I don't know. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravatara. Hare Krishna. So, how many of you felt that this time mind was very attentive when you were chanting? You were really wanting to hear the mantra because how many of you felt that mind was very attentive to hear the mantra? So therefore this recording may not help you to know how the chanting is. But the whole exercise to show when you know that you are going to hear your japa, how attentive we became to hear the holy name. Right? We became very focused on that. And otherwise what happens? We are chanting, nobody is hearing. Whether Krishna is hearing or not, we are doubtful. Right? So kaisa bhi jap karo, kuch fark nahi padta. And now because here we know, okay, we are going to hear our thing, so mind has automatically become very alert to hear the mantra. There. And you were really hearing कि अरे अभी सुनेंगे बाद में, अभी हम अच्छे से सुन लेते हैं. Therefore, if you want to really hear your recording, you should record for 3 days. And the third day recording is the one you should hear, and that also in between round of the 16 rounds. Because first round will be very attentive. So then we will come to know how much to work upon the japa. And nobody has to give you feedback. You can have your own feedback. So one of the tasks of inattention is to chant, and what happens many times we skip the beat. So to be focused that we don't go to the next beat unless we have chanted complete the Maha Mantra. We should not do. Because mantra takes time, but the hand moves fast, right? And we may skip the mantra. One research was done upon devotees. And they recorded japa and found most of the devotees are chanting 80 mantra, 90 mantra, 100 mantra, even seniors also, long back. So, how many mantras we are chanting, we should first see this there. Because it's a very important way. So, we ourselves, so first task is to chant 108 mantras with 16 syllable mantra, with 16 words mantra, a 32 syllable mantra. That itself is a big task to do. You heard proper chanting? How each word is so distinct. You can make it out. How clear is the chanting? How stable is that chanting? There. So that kind of chanting is very, very important with it. So we actually had a 3-day seminar by Rambhadra Prabhu in Melkote on Harinam Chintamani, on Pramada only. So after that I got inspired to take this for the devotees. Because it really helps. See, I am giving this class not because I chant very attentively, but my hope is by giving This class, the serving the devotees in that way, by their blessings, I'll come to the platform attentive chanting. And see, what you speak, you value it also more. So Shavanam and then Kirtanam. So then how to come to the stage of attention? One simple method is, see, Bhurijan Prabhu's book, how many have read? Japa book of Bhurijan Prabhu. You should take this book, very amazing book. Japa book of Bhurijan Prabhu. वो हिंदी में भी है वो किताब there. And Bhurijan Prabhu, whole book there, even you hear one mantra, even you hear one Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it's amazing. Not 16 rounds. One mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If the mind is attentive while chanting this mantra and did not thought of anything else, that itself is a great achievement. Because the mind is so fickle, even between one mantra he will go 10 times and come back. And there. So the determination should be built with one mantra at a time. Main problem happens हमसे अभी 16 माला attentive करने का है. And that looks a big task for the mind. Mind is powerful to take away our attention within a mantra only. What to say of 16 rounds. So therefore, a sadhaka should very carefully build up his determination. The first is start with 16 mantras. Okay, 16 mantra to मैं attentive करूँगा. How many feel is a very is little is doable task, right? So मन को doable task you should give. The first start with one mantra and come to 16 mantras, and you can count 16 mantras while you're chanting on beat back. 16 you can count. 4 into 16. कि अभी ये 16 मंत्र मैं पूरे ध्यान से पूरे अच्छे से ये करने वाला हूँ. Then after 1-2 weeks, when you feel okay, you are able to do 16 mantras attentively, then start chanting the 32 mantras. Is there. Then 64 mantras. Then 1 round. Then 2 rounds. Then 4 rounds. And then 16 rounds. So how many feel this strategy is good to give up apathy? There. So slowly. If you think 16 माला मुझे जब करना है attentively, एक दिन थोड़ा 2 माला हो जाएगा, बाद में फिर पूरा धराशायी. And next दिन से भी पूरा, थर्ड डे से कि अरे ये बस की नहीं है, तो बस लेक्चर में बोलते हैं, पॉसिबल नहीं है. But making a strategy starting with 1 mantra, 4 mantra, 16 mantra, 32 mantra, how many feel? Is easy or not? That's all. There. And this very simple way to give apathy. Other thing Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in the process of Ashtanga Yoga, the importance of posture. Samam kaya shiro grivam dharya chalam sthiraha sam prekshe nashika agaram sam dishacha anvalokayan prashantatmaha vigataha bhi brahmachari vrate stitaha mana sanyame machitoho yukt asit matpara. So one should hold one's body, neck and head erect in a straight line. You know why this is being spoken? Now, as far as Bhakti Yoga, we don't have to follow these rules of Ashtanga Yoga and things, right? If you develop a taste for the holy name, this all are not required. But at a stage when we don't have a taste and we're struggling to chant attentively, whatever helps to do it, we can use it. The point. The process of Bhakti Yoga is, if you have a taste, you chant. What posture you sit may not matter. But at a stage when we don't have a taste and we want to chant, then having a right posture may help. Isn't it? And therefore Krishna is saying the back should be straight while chanting. Because what happens, this is the Shushumna Nadi, Pingla Ela Nadi, the backbone. So if that is bent, then the flow of thoughts, flow of air, all that bent. And if the head is bent, the flow of blood into the brain is gone. Then person feel sleepy. So just have the posture of body, neck and head straight itself helps us to chant better, to be aware, to be awake during chanting. Same with the hand movement also should not be very shaky japa. Some people do shaky japa, but shaky japa leads to more disturbance. Same way Krishna is saying here, stare steadily at the tip of the nose. He says, if you close your eyes, you will sleep or go dreaming. If you open your eyes completely, there will be distraction. But best is to open your eyes and keep the Maha Mantra or keep the deity photo in front of you and chant in a place where so much distraction moving is not there ahead. Because tip of the nose वाला हमारा practice नहीं है, तो वो at the end बंद ही हो जाता है यार करके. But opening till the time we reach to Nishtha, if we close eyes, see, on a higher meditation, closing the eyes is recommended. But till the time our mind has a lot of anarthas, when we close the eyes and instead of the holy name, so many thoughts keep coming. So finally one should do what works for him. There is no कि ऐसा ही होगा, ऐसा ही करना है. But generally it is seen a right posture helps to be awake and opening the eyes helps to be focused because you are at least aware. You don't go in the dream world. Others after closing the eyes we go into the dream world of chanting there. So this kind of things help. Even Living Name book, His Holiness Satchidananda Swami Maharaj also speaks a lot about the posture. In what posture we are sitting and chanting. And if you're feeling sleepy, you can walk and chant, but that walking should also be distraction free. The whole point is, chanting is a exclusive activity. And while you are chanting, you are with Krishna. We are with Radha and Krishna, begging them to serve. So it's a very divine experience. It's just like we are in the altar. So can you be inattentive in the altar while doing arati and thing? Yes, once you get used to be, you can be inattentive in the altar also. Right? Therefore, while doing the arati also you have to chant the mantra, so mind doesn't become unattentive. So actually when you do offering arati, you have to chant the mantras. Esha dhupaha, esha deepaha, esha vastra, idam vastram, idam argyam. So for each person to chant while offering. So mind is not inattentive there. So just like we'll be very cautious in the altar to chant, the same way in the altar of the holy name also we should be cautious to chant attentively or not. And the problem is we are 2 hours with the altar of the holy name. 2 hours with the altar in the holy name. And that looks too big a time to meditate on Radha Krishna for a conditioned soul. Because we don't know who is Radha and Krishna and their name. And that becomes a difficult. And that's why take a small chunk. Increase that concentration level over a period of time. And understand when my mind is going to other thoughts, bring it back. That our mind is neglecting the holy name. See, Ajamila, yesterday only we were discussing in our class, Ajamila, after he was saved by the Yamdutas, he went to Haridwar. Stay in a Vishnu temple, and few years only Vishnudutas again came back to take him. But what was his attitude? Where am I fallen, Ajamila, and where is the holy name of Lord Narayan? So because he has so much faith in the holy name of Lord Narayan, where am I, Ajamila, and so much respect, he got delivered and went home back to Godhead. And what if we want to go to spiritual world? I was thinking, we don't have that respect for the holy name the way Ajamila had. So if only we have that respect for the holy name, what Ajamila had, the holy name will deliver us. But we become very familiar with the holy name. We take it for granted the mercy of the holy name. There. So other is chant in association of devotees. Early morning is the best time. Chant in a distraction-free place. Right? So when we chant in association of devotees, it is helpful. Devotees can wake us up. We are aware, okay, devotees are there. Early morning is the best time. Because the gunas support chanting. The Shuddha Sattva and the Sattva. Shuddha Sattva before sunrise and Sattva after sunrise. Helps us to chant better. Chant in a distraction-free place. especially in home. There will be a lot of distractions. So one should make a space in the home where at point, and what is the greatest distraction in today's age? Mobile phone. सब कुछ distraction है. So mobile phone and the beat bag don't go together. So when we are chanting, mobile phone should be in silent mode and should be away. Don't have beat bag and smartphone together. That is the biggest distraction. So that is the first rule for avoiding pramada. Keep the mobile phone away. Don't bring the smartphone in the japa. The smartphone and japa goes ill together. Goes ill together. So keep the smartphone away and then you chant. And keep it in a silent mode. It's very important. Or if you have some urgent call, give to somebody there. Then only we can chant. So to create a distraction-free environment is very important. And one round means one round. No activity between one round. Right? No other breaking. अरे ये call उठा लेते हैं. ये दिमाग में आ गया ये कर लेते हैं. Because we are cultivating very wrong habit. Ideally, meditation should go for 4 rounds continuously there. Keep 4 rounds, we have focus. So we are cultivating right or wrong habits based on this only and our relationship with the holy name, Nam Prabhu. And chant in presence of Tulsi Devi. See, when Haridas Thakur delivered that Vaishya prostitute, he said you chant daily in front of Tulsi. Because by chanting in front of Tulsi, our offenses go away and mercy of Tulsi Maharani comes. So therefore, wherever we are chanting, we should have a Tulsi plant. Very important. How it works, we don't know. But it works. Our acharyas have told. And taking note of Vaishnavas associate with devotees and taking note of Vaishnavas' devotion attitude and their relish for the holy name. How they are relishing the holy name. By seeing it, we become attentive. Laziness. So this was about Adasani and many more things are there. So before that, we now just try to chant 16 mantras full attention without thinking anything else. You can count on your finger. And during this time, you should not think of anything else. Just chant and hear the mantra. Just chant and hear the mantra. And 4 into 4. 16 you can count. Sometimes you count 3 into 4, 12. But 4 into 4 is 16. So count it. The 16 in there. So start with it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. How many of you felt it was easy standing 16, no thoughts came? How many felt it was little difficult, still thoughts came? Right? So both will happen. with it there. So, but it's a matter of practice. It's a matter of practice. So the attention. Sometimes we forget also we have to chant attentively. The problem is with our daily routine of chanting, we sometimes forget that we have to chant attentively also. Japa means attentive chanting. And it goes in a routine jaisa chal raha hai. And they have to bring it because it's a flux of Rajogun and Tamogun. And they are not going to get purified immediately. You have to keep a weight upon it. Bring it. Then this Rajogun and Tamogun will get purified. Then the promises of chanting the holy name which are made will be able to feel. Chant and be happy. Even one round you chant with attention, you will feel Brahmananda. Brahm Swakyam tu Anantam. All chatter of the mind will stop. As the mind is always chattering. Ye karo, wo karo, ye hai, ye wo hai, wo hai. One round you chant silently without the chatter of the mind. You see the mind becomes so peaceful with it. With one round with it. There. And slowly, slowly when you chant attentively and offenses go away, then the holy name will reveal himself. Who is this personality? We get a relationship with the Naam Prabhu. With it. There. So therefore, Adasinya, we have to give a good determination. And regularly read about Japa. Regularly read about the holy name. The glories of the holy name. Very, very important to grow. Then Jadya, laziness. He stood to chant and remember the holy name. Even after trying, he very soon finds the effort endurable and want to sleep or otherwise engage himself in frivolity. He gets bored. Soon after chanting 4-5 rounds, he feels so tired, he will go to sleep or he will start talking or mobile pe kuch karne lag jayenge. That is Jadya. So it's the nature of saintly Vaishnava to be honest. So you associate with devotees who don't waste time. So when you say the devotees are always engaged in devotional service, we get there. Then third is Vikshepa, distraction in chanting. Adasinya means throughout the chanting only you are distracted. Means throughout the chanting you are not feeling any taste, you are not hearing the holy name. Chal raha hai. Distraction means sometimes you are trying, but then mind goes to different thoughts. The distraction in chanting breeds illusion, which become the cause of further serious offenses against the holy name. This illusion difficult to overcome engenders attraction to wealth, woman, position, success, and the cheating propensity. So mind starts going towards the material thing. So many times when you're chanting, whatever in the day is going to happen or happened the last day, the mind starts contemplating on that. You got fail, you want success, you want wealth, you want promotion, you want job, you want people to treat you nicely. All that start coming in the mind. So because of this inattention, the distraction, we are watering the weeds. What we are watering? Weeds. We are not watering the bhakti lata beach. And even the bhakti is not growing because the weeds are growing. So when this attraction covered the heart, the neophyte became neglectful of the chanting of the holy name. There. So overcoming Vikshepa, one should nicely observe Ekadashi vow, chant 64 rounds. so मन थोड़ा शांत हो जाता है. The appearance day of the Lord, another such important festival day. He should spend the entire festival day and night chanting and singing the glories of the Lord in association with saintly devotees. Celebrate festivals in Dham or temple. Spend time with sadhus, reading and discussing Shastra, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. One day I remember Janmashtami day, it was full fasting. We set 11 o'clock, the 3-4 devotees were there, and we were reading 10th canto of Bhagavatam, Aghasur pastime. और उसको पढ़ते पढ़ते एक ही pastime को पढ़ते पढ़ते संस्कृत भागवतम पढ़ते 3 बजे पता नहीं लगा. So such kind of activities we should do full day Shravan and Kirtan. Our IFF always accept few. See, if seva is there, that is also very good because seva also you are absorbed. And if seva is not there, full day should be, if you are holiday, full day Shravan or full day reading in groups, proper books. Which we do with our IVF, many of the festivals, whether God Purnima, especially wherever evening fasting is there. So afternoon time is spent in reading Bhagavatam, reading thing. One day, Janmashtami was very tired and I was taking rest. Then thinking, what am I doing? Janmashtami not for taking rest. Then I called all devotees. खुद से पढ़ने की हिम्मत नहीं थी. So I called all devotees, let us read Krishna book. And 2 घंटा pass हो गया. So that way we can get over Vikshepa with it. So we need devotee association to overcome this. There. Actually, basically we get a taste. Krishna consciousness is very nice. And you see, when we kirtan, when we chant prayerful kirtan, you feel very ecstatic. Humne seen that when you're very there. The same can happen in japa if we are attentive in japa. But when you're singing kirtan, the attentiveness comes. But there. The good advice for chanters, one must diligently complete the chanting of the daily prescribed number of holy names according to one's vow. But another kind of distraction occurs when one is too eager to complete the fixed number of holy name, even at the sacrifice of quality. जल्दी से खत्म कर दो, 7:30 तक खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. कैसे भी करो, but खत्म कर दो. We are too eager to complete our 16 now. This becomes an obligation, becomes a burden. कैसे complete करो, इतना सारा चीजें करना है. The one must therefore always ensure that he chants his rounds sincerely. Also, one should better improve the quality of his chanting rather than try to increase his daily number of rounds for show. Better to increase first quality. Then quantity will increase. So first we should come to 16 rounds because Prabhupada wanted us to chant 16 rounds. So after we come to 16 rounds, first improve the quality of those 16 rounds, then improve beyond 16 rounds. Thus one should pray to the Lord that he never falls victim to the wiles of the illusion of distraction and he can continue to taste the full nectar of the holy name. So there is a great nectar of the holy name. So what is the price of doing all this? अरे बोले क्यों इतना झंझट लेने का है बाबा? What is the price? You relish the nectar of the holy name. Also if we surrender to Guru, we serve the Vaishnavas, then also we get a taste, due to which overcoming distraction becomes very easy. So whatever service we are doing, if we try to please Vaishnavas through our seva, if we get the mercy, see, we should think all our services is a means of getting mercy of the Vaishnavas. So if through whatever seva we are doing, we should try to seek the mercy of please the Vaishnavas. Because the Vaishnavas are pleased, then taste in chanting will come. And then chanting will become easy. And then attention also becomes easy. So just pleasing the Lord is not sufficient. We have to please the devotees of the Lord. When we please the Vaishnavas, then the taste, and same way we offend the Vaishnavas, the taste in chanting will go away. And then to be attentive will be very difficult. But when we please the Vaishnavas, taste in and go out and preach, again to please the Vaishnavas there, to please Srila Prabhupada. So when we go out for book distribution, this thing also gives us taste in the holy name. So therefore Prabhupada has given a complete package. That other activities we are just doing to get mercy of the Guru Parampara so that we get a taste of the holy name. So if one just think, okay, I will just chant only and not do activities, he will not get mercy. And to be attentive will not be so easy for him. So our whole purpose of we are doing book distribution, preaching, should be to please the Vaishnavas and gain the mercy. And that's why whatever we are doing, we should report to some senior devotee. If we have nobody to report over there and seek blessings, we are in a not a there. Because when we do seva and please the devotees, when they become happy, then chanting becomes much easier. And then to be attentive becomes. This is the Vaishnava way there. But at the same time, we should be careful on a daily basis how we are dealing with the holy name. Probably 100 years back, the seminar may not be needed. Though Bhaktivinoda Thakur had written Harinam, Chintamani and Pramada 100 years back only, but the situation was, people had a very stable mind. There was no TV. There was no smartphone. You are where you are. And since there was no electricity in home, people will sleep early and people will get up early. And then naturally Brahmara chanting they will do, it will automatically will happen. Good. And life was very slow. So mind was also very slow. To focus things was much easier. But in the 21st century of today's Kali Yuga of a smartphone generation and AI generation, right? The life is so fast. The movies have made our images so fast there. To focus on something has become very difficult. The span, the attraction span, now people don't want to hear you more than 3 minutes. There, you have to explain your things in just 3 minutes. Otherwise, people's attention span goes away, and that's why preaching so many difficulty we find because of that there. So therefore, it becomes all the more very, very important that we chant attentively and apply these techniques to counteract the distraction which has come due to the social media and a fast-paced lifestyle. And parallel processing. There's another thing, parallel processing, right? In computer, 3-4 screens we parallel process. And you do parallel process, you're considered smart. So same parallel process we try to do in the chanting. Chant also and plan for the day also. But that doesn't work with chanting. With chanting, you have to be absorbed. Now, none of the activity we do in an absorbed way. खाना खाते हुए टीवी देखेंगे या कुछ वो करेंगे. So mind is very distracted. And with that frame of mind, when we chant, it creates so many problems. And that's why in Kali Yuga we have to be very careful. So we have got the greatest mercy, the greatest jewel of the holy name. Just kintu adarad anudinam khaluev jashta. And what the simple method is? Everyday focus. Okay. Now first 16 mantra, prepare your mind. First 16 mantra I'm going to do with full attention. Then 32 mantras. Then, and that also 60 mantra, one mantra at a time. So when you're chanting one mantra, my goal is to chant this one mantra nicely. The next mantra. Now my goal is to chant this one mantra nicely. Like that 16 good mantras. So like that when you keep increasing and keep hearing the holy name, then you will see, how much I have missed in my life. How much I have missed. Because many a times we completely go off the zone of distraction. माला हाथ में ली नहीं और मन सोचने लग गया. और उसका सोचना बंद कर हुआ जब माला खत्म हुई. How many of you have that kind of experience? Right? I'm not the alone one. So we are all Kali Yuga products, isn't it? Our mind is very fickle. It goes very fast with it. Somehow by mercy of Mahaprabhu, mercy of Prabhupada, we are having this mala in our hand and our spiritual master, we are carrying it and doing it there. Mind is very fickle. So this is very, so माला स्टार्ट हो जाता है फिर खत्म होता है तब पता लगता है हमने माला कर दिया और बीच में बहुत सारा 8 मिनट हम पूरा कुछ किसी और चीज़ का ही ध्यान कर रहे थे करके there. And sometimes all 16 knots may go over. If you have a fight with some devotee, all 16 knots will go in that fight only. Fight in the home and things there. कि मैं ऐसा हूँ, मैं वैसी हूँ, मैं वैसा हूँ करके mind goes on. So it creates a kind of illusion to us. But when we attentively chant, the moment see mind doesn't want, because the false ego is getting boom boom boom. False ego पे क्या हो रहा है? Thunderbolt पड़ रहा है. तो false ego mind को activate करती है. You're my friend, no? Don't let me get beating. तो सुनी मत होली ने उनको. फिर false ego बन जाती है. That is why doing menial service, being humble, appreciating other devotees, not finding fault with other devotees. Tanadapi Sunichena, Tararapi Saishna, Amanina Mandina, Kirtaniya Sudahari. So that false ego is between us and Krishna. There. So that's why this whole process of chanting of the holy name is there, and you have to learn how to properly chant. So today is Nirjala Ekadashi. So, and very good, so no distraction of eating also today. Right? So why such things are there? So that we can hold a chant. Right? At least try to chant 64 rounds. Or for him 64 number looks too big. Okay, at least try to chant 32 rounds. So now it is 9:40. So we thought till 12:30 Yashamati Nandan happens. We will chant There, of course, some devotees have Bhakti Vaibhav class, so they have to leave. Harilal is taking online Bhakti Vaibhav class. But we will be sitting here. How many of you are ready to chant till 12:30? You come prepared to chant till 12:30. Of course, Matajis will have some service at home, children. Children can't wait till 12:30. उनका निर्जल एकादशी नहीं होता है. Okay? So no problem. But the point is, see, mothers do a lot of sacrifice. So our mothers also have done a lot of sacrifice. That's how we have grown up. So every time a mother says this only, no, you have forgotten all sacrifice, what I have done. So mothers do a lot of sacrifice, not easy. But if we try to chant at least 16 rounds nicely, and such days on Ekadashi we do, so now we'll chant right till 12:30. So all of you are there? Okay, I think. How many of you are there? Okay, so there. So maybe Matajis can sit there and make a circle and chant, and Prabhujis can. You can make a semi-circle so everybody can see Lord also, and you sit in a circle also. So like that semi-circle we can make with it. Right? Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki. Okay, question. Okay, one last question. Yeah. Okay, personally we'll see. After chanting we'll discuss the question. Hare Krishna.